Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends on your time and your location that you are going to join me from, that you are going to watch later, maybe after the program. So, this wonderful morning, I want to greet the people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, and also the haters of our freedom. Those that are going to agree later that there is something that the government of United States of Biafra has achieved, or what they have been able to do. For you, who is the enemy of this Biafra, and also you, who is the enemy of United States of Biafra declaration without nothing. You, who is fighting those who want to serve you and those that want to give you a good life. So I could sometimes imagine what is in our people's mind, what we are thinking, and why you are shying away from the real truth. That instead of you supposed to support the truth, you decide to shy away from the truth and pretend as if you don't know that something is happening. For me, I think it's a time to be sorry for you. Because Hadaino comes at last. And when what you are doing is what's doing, you continue doing it. And when something that you are doing is what other people in this life has been able to do in the past, you guys to be happy by doing it in your own time, and also be happy that you are among those who achieve the goal or the minds of the people. That is where it is very important whenever a movement is going and you join the real movement, not join the fake one. So that is how it's important into what we are doing right now. We have proved to you 2 days ago that in Africa, many countries in Africa was being declared by government in exile or was run by government in exile, simply to prove to you that our own is not going to be different from what others are doing. That's what it simply means. That the same road that people are seeing us passing today, and they are making mockery of themselves in social media, is the same road many of them, Keved, someone in Keved who is making mockery of this United States of Biafra declaration, never knew that Keved was among the countries in the history that their government was built or made a decision by government in exile, and they be able to achieve their country once they gather their international recognition, and everything goes on and happen for them. So the same thing, or the same that declaration that was being made by many countries in the world, in Africa, in Europe, in Asia, is what United States of Biafra have also achieved their own, either the same way others achieved their own. But those who claim that they are in charge without knowing what it means to have a new country today is fighting and kicking against the declaration of United States of Biafra being made by government in exile, by the Congozi Arabese, because we have all these things together. The other way around, the simple example of what I'm saying this morning is like when you are in school, you pass through secondary school, You pass through nursery school before you enter university. And you know that as we are about to enter university, in the transition of the life in school, that before you can go into the university, there is a document of your primary school that you must bring to join secondary, to get your clearance in university and you further your education. It's the same thing that has been happening in school. Transition, passing from one class to another class, is what we, the Biafran people, are doing today. We have passed primary one, we have finished secondary school, we also finished what? Secondary. We have entered our first university, or we are about to enter university, because declaration is like final. Declaration is the final full stop of a new country being declared that lacks international recognition. Once this recognition comes, that is why I said it is the final full stop of what you want to achieve. Now I know why they say that their long-term agitation without declaration is like endless mission, but agitation with declaration is endless mission. Look at those two words; they are not the same. A mission without endless and a mission with endpoint. This is how it is. So today in Africa, past 2 days, we are here bringing out to you countries in Africa that got their independence from exile, that the government of their country is being handled by exile government. Until they got the international recognition, they now take care. They now become a full sovereignty under their new country. So today, we, the Biafran people, are on the same mission of being in exile government, make a decision of Biafra, and today, we are moving forward to seek our last movement, like when someone went to school and waiting for final exam to write, and after writing, you have to wait for your results. And when you take the results home, your parents will be happy for you that they send you to school. So it is a high time that we all sit down to rethink and to understand where we are and what we are doing right now. These are very important. That is why I give you many countries in Africa that have used exile government to achieve their independence and become a full sovereignty today. The question is, your own, is it going to be when that you are going to declare your country, or you want to continue an agitation that never ends? It's a high time that you come here to listen, so you will know that many countries in the past has go this way that Biafran people are going through today. These are one of the things that we are here this morning to preach to you and bring it out. And those like Amy in Turkey who understand the movement, stand with the United States of Biafra government. So, yes, Nigeria Jagajagari, that is why the people of Biafra has made the declaration to walk away, or we have already exited Nigeria, finally, on November 29, 2024. That is the year that we exit Nigeria, finally. Now, like I said, we are seeking for our official international recognition that to serve every indigenous person today. That is what we are looking for. So, on this case, or on this movement, you better join the United States of Biafra government that are here to grant you freedom and bring this freedom for you, so you understand everything that is happening in the movement that we are into. It's a high time you start to asking questions. If other countries in Africa, if Namibia can use exile government to achieve the Namibia country today to be a full sovereign state from South Africa, why can't we do that? If Angola can achieve it, why can't we do that? If Zambia can do that, why can't we achieve our own? And why don't you believe that if other countries in Africa has done that in the past, that we in this 21st century cannot be able to use the same method or the same road that they passed and got our own recognition? That is why it's important for you to pay attention or research, ask questions. When you ask questions, you find an answer by yourself, then nobody will deceive you. So you will know you are right from your left. Then you will know everything you have to do to make sure things are going the way it's supposed to be. That is why we always come on live on our YouTube channel to rub our mind together. Come here with your normal mind. Don't come with envy, jealousness, and hatred that full over that are destroying you, because when you have those things in your life, they was being meant to destroy you. All the things I mentioned now was being meant to do what? To destroy you. But when you leave them, you live like a normal human being. That is when you apply a common sense of the world, not your own common sense. A common sense that are controlling the entire universe, that will help you to always stand on the right track and to follow things as they are happening. It is also the right of you to ask questions, to find an answer with a good mind. And when those answers is being given to you, my brother, my sister, my father, my mother, please create a pure white heart into you that will welcome the truth. That will welcome the truth. Let me say this word to all of us. Let me tell us this. If a country is been a group of people are looking for a new country, they will not join hands together to get it. There is those who will be against the movement and those who will support it. The issue is this: you that are supporting the movement, you guys to stand strong to support the movement. You don't need to allow anything to deceive you. Deceive yourself by truth. You know, sometimes when you know the truth, you act like a fool, because of the truth always prevents you from saying certain things and to avoid making some mistakes. So, my people, it is our time to use Biafra government in exile, to support them, for us to achieve our recognition. It's very important. Please come in here, like and share the program. We are not going to be for long hour this morning, because we want to make this particular message to be very short at this point. That is why it is important, as you come, like the program, share the program, like Amy and the other people who have been already sharing the program. Please turn off notification on so you know when we are live. We are not here to propaganda. We are not here to lie. We are not here to deceive anyone. But we are here to set the record straight the way it is. That is what we are here to do. So, once again, you are welcome this morning. Depend your time and your location. As I welcome you, please welcome one another by liking the program and sharing it. That is how you are welcoming someone else that don't know that I am alive this afternoon. So through you, the message can sink. Please. You know, one thing with our people don't like to go where they will get things that they never had before. They want to go where the things they know, the things they are always saying every blessed day. That is why people like to go too much. That's why we like to pay attention. And that is part of things that are delaying the movement that we are into. because we are just one place. Things we have done for over 2 years ago, that's what we are still doing. That's what we are still saying. Nothing to change the movement, to beef up what we are doing in the eyes of those that are watching you from the. Do you know that there is the international community? Many of them are watching us, but they are not commenting. Then when you say something that will trigger them to comment on your platform, you will see them rush in to say something and move away. That is why that what we are doing is very, very important at this time, at this junction. To change, to beef up our things we do on the social media that we are into. Let us do things that we trigger the world to come, because social media is a room to use a political pressure to mount on the existing governments that are refusing to recognize you as a new state. It is in your hand to mount that political pressure on them. Also, to let them know their laws, that you are standing on it, so they can be able to know that what you are doing, that you understand it, you know the road, and you are working towards it, even in their own template, in their own criteria, in their own fulfillment, for there be no excuse of what is holding recognition. We are here to let our people to know that after a new country is being declared by a government in exile or in the homeland, or whatever the government it is, there is more job to do. The declaration is number one, but the more job is to do a lot of things. One, do things that will trigger for you to recognize on the international global community. Number one. Number two, you have many jobs upon you are waiting, while you are waiting for recognition. There is things that government is going to be doing to prove an effective government of his people, or by the people. These are the things that I want to present to you this morning. When you see a Biafran who will come in WhatsApp group and type, people are dying, instead of you to send money to buy arms, you are printing ID, you are talking about money for ID card. Satan has started somehow being entered into your life from the movement that you are into. When you said, oh, people, we need money to equip ourselves, you are here presenting passports. Satan has started using you. When you are in this movement at this stage, what you do is to complain what DPM is doing, what the governors are doing. Satan has started entering you. Are you following? Once you leave, once you start sounding that way, I don't know what this government is doing, without you going deep to research what's supposed to be of the government, and you are there yamming your mouth and blaming someone, Satan has started using you. You are deviating gradually into the movement. And once you start having double mind, Satan will come and take you away finally. The spirit of double mind will conquer you, then you are gone. That is what happened to many of our brothers in this movement that we are into. You are asking for what you cannot be able to give, even if you're in that position. When you are asking for what you can't give, then you know that you are becoming a betrayer, or you have been bastardized by your mind. You are no longer in the right sense of you. That is when you need to go inside the room, lock yourself, and pray for spirit of false thinking to do not conquer you. For spirit of trying to prove that you are the right person, that others are not doing it right. You need to pray for that spirit to leave you alone. Because in the moment that we're into right now, some things that are happening are not just ordinarily. So you also pray for emotion that are about to destroy you into the movement that we are into. These are the things that you must pray for, and be watchful by yourself to avoid entering into this trap of condemning or wanted it to be that way you want. Whenever your spirit is all about being things to happen the way you want, or someone you give an advice does not take the advice, so you get angry, you have started deviating, you have started developing personal hatred and betrayal, envy, jealousness is about to conquer you as in person. When the only thing you see is the bad side of your fellow brother or your fellow sister in this movement, it's only all you see. Believe you me, the spirit of hatred, the spirit of envy, jealousness has started conquering you. And once this spirit conquers you, you are gone. It is a high time that you and I knew that these governments just began. Do not expect them to do magic. Because our problem is that what they wrote in the Bible is our problem. That we like to see miracle and believe is our problem. What miracle do you want government to do at this stage? What they will do is to make sure that they queue in line on the international global stage community guideline, criteria, existing protocol to make that we did not fall into a heavy problem again, or anybody who is losing their faith to being taken away from us. They will start from scratch again, because the problem has always been now start from scratch again. The new government, a new person has never emerged, stand on the existing one, but rather the person will start from scratch, start building. That is why that is another thing that are delaying the movement right now. So you are complaining also, delaying the movement also. That's why it has to stop complaining. Rather, ask questions to appropriate authorities, so they can be able to give you the appropriate measure, appropriate answer that can keep you down, that you will understand the movement very well and learn to work according to the timeline of the government of the United States of what? Biafra. So, please, have you joined me? Have you liked the program? Have you shared the program? Also, your comment is very important. What is your thoughts on what I have said so far? What is your thought on that? You can also put that in the comment section, please, if you may. We want everybody to understand it clearly, that there is things that needed money. Also, there is things you get money from to put into another different thing altogether. There is. And when those things occur, because of you have started feeling that your own way is the best way, it will make you to deviate and even to run away for some platforms where you are getting real information from. If you think you know it all, or your way is the best way, or your advice or what you thought is the best way, why the Chukwuka did not push you to be in the head of the affairs of that movement so you can be able to do it? So once you are not there, please take it easy on someone who is there. It's not easy. Even coming to control a family, you know how it is, of coming to control IGBO, Igbos, and the entire thing that made up of Biafra. That is why I am telling you this morning that you must control your life. You must pray for the spirit of envy, jealousness, spirit of over wisdom, I too know, to leave you. Spirit of notice me, that I am the one who said this, is supposed to take it from me and do it openly. Let people know that I am the one who advised to do this. You must pray on this day for that spirit to leave you, so you can be able to stand on the side of this movement that we are into. My prayer to you this morning is to let that spirit of envy, jealousness, too much wisdom from you. You must do as I said. Let that spirit leave you from this morning in the name of Chukwuka Abiyama. He say, as we move. When they say that obedience is better than sacrifice, you understand it. Your obedience to the government of the United States of Biafra is more important than that thing you think that you're giving. That's $100, $200, that's $100 we are giving every week. After you have given those dollars, but you are not obedient, and you are criticizing one governor in one state, you are criticizing one a government member, you are deviating from the movement. You are no longer facing the reality. The spirit of reality, the spirit of truth has left you. That is why we are telling you to be very careful and caution yourself. Don't leave yourself open for that evil spirit to enter you. So going back on our program, I want to know that government in exile, the United States of Biafra government, after our declaration, there is more job to do. As you are waiting for recognition, there is things that you needed to do as you are waiting. There is things that are primarily things that you have to put in place while you are waiting for recognition. It's not after recognition that you're going to do those things. That is why when you declare, once anyone is being declared, there is a multiple work to do. Instead of you to join hands to do those multiple work, you are there criticizing the government and be giving some voice note that you know that you on your own you can't do it, and you want someone who will do it. That's when I will tell you that the spirit of evil has started conquering you, starts hovering all over you. Once it's captured you, it conquers you. You deviate from the movement. This is why many people deviated from this movement today. That is why many people deviated from the movement that we are into. When a new country is being declared, there is multiple job to do for them to go to the standard of all the other countries in the world, or for them to maintain the criteria of the international global community that are those that are giving automatic recognition that will make you to become a full sovereign state, that will make you to ask Nigeria to leave. Please, let's question ourselves. Let us mind things we say about this government. Let us mind too much of our advice. Let us try and control ourselves. Please, our people. We move. After the creation of a new country, like you see in our headline, after the creation of a new country by exile government, while waiting for recognition, there is many things to put in place. You are not going to just stay until you achieve recognition before you will start doing those things. No. Those things must be ready, because from that day you declared, they expected you to put all the documents about your new country has been organized in the countries that are given recognition. That is how it works. So you after declaration, you don't have to go and fold your leg, fold your hands, start sleeping. And the only thing you prove that you go to Washington D.C. to a lobby. After, there is no lobby without you putting those things in, having those things being made ready to fit on the movement of the new country. So let us see, after the creation of a new country by government in exile, why waiting? The works to do. Why waiting for recognition? Why waiting for the international recognition? There is more work to do. Listen to this.
Yes, a government in exile GIE absolutely can and often does prepare and even issue ID cards, passports and currency for the new country while awaiting international recognition. This process is a crucial step in the struggle, as these actions serve important political, symbolic and organizational functions, even if they lack full legal recognition. Issuing passports and ID cards. A GIE has the authority to issue documents to its nationals, but their international recognition is limited to states that officially recognize the GIE as the lawful government. 1. The political and symbolic value. Proof of nationality. Issuing passports and ID cards is a sovereign act. It legally defines who belongs to the new nation, overriding the documents, or lack thereof, issued by the former state. National identity. These documents provide a physical, tangible link to the new country, which is a powerful psychological tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland. 2. The legal reality for travel. Unrecognized passports. For a newly declared country, the passports issued by the GIE will not be accepted for international border crossings by most countries. The vast majority of states adhere to the rule that passports must be issued by an entity exercising effective control, de facto sovereignty, over its territory. Historical exception. Governments in exile during World War II, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia, were exceptions because they represented already existing, fully recognized sovereign states that were only temporarily occupied. Their documents were accepted by the Allies to maintain legal continuity. Current solution. Exiled citizens usually must rely on travel documents, like convention travel documents, issued by their host country as refugees or residents. Issuing currency. The preparation and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act. 1. Psychological and organizational value. Financial confidence. Preparing a currency signals to the international community and the home population that the new state is serious about stability and post-conflict economic planning. As was the case with the Czechoslovak and Greek governments in exile during World War II, having currency ready for immediate post-war circulation provides a strong sense of normalcy and confidence. Political message. Currency design, depicting national heroes, landmarks, and symbols, can be used to convey political messages and bolster the national morale and identity of the people both at home and abroad. 2. The practical reality. Not legal tender yet. The currency issued by a GIE is not legal tender either internationally or in the claimed territory until the GIE returns and establishes effective control. Unrecognized countries, even entities that have de facto control but lack full recognition like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically but is not convertible on international markets. The act of printing the currency is a key preparatory step for the day the government returns. Summary of preparations in exile. A GIE's time spent waiting for recognition is effectively an extended pre-statehood administrative setup. The preparation and issuance of these documents in currency are vital because 1. They demonstrate readiness to govern immediately upon gaining control. 2. They maintain the claim of sovereignty and national identity. 3. They provide the legal and organizational tools necessary to manage a population, passports/IDs, and an economy, currency, on day one of the return.
I hope you are following. Pay attention again. Pay deep attention.
Yes, a government in exile GIE absolutely can and often does prepare and even issue ID cards, passports and currency for the new country while awaiting international recognition. This process is a crucial step in the struggle, as these actions serve important political, symbolic and organizational functions, even if they lack full legal recognition. Issuing passports and ID cards. A GIE has the authority to issue documents to its nationals, but their international recognition is limited to states that officially recognize the GIE as the lawful government. 1. The political and symbolic value. Proof of nationality. Issuing passports and ID cards is a sovereign act. It legally defines who belongs to the new nation, overriding the documents, or lack thereof, issued by the former state. National identity. These documents provide a physical, tangible link to the new country, which is a powerful psychological tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland. 2. The legal reality for travel. Unrecognized passports. For a newly declared country, the passports issued by the GIE will not be accepted for international border crossings by most countries. The vast majority of states adhere to the rule that passports must be issued by an entity exercising effective control, de facto sovereignty, over its territory. Historical exception. Governments in exile during World War II, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia, were exceptions because they represented already existing, fully recognized sovereign states that were only temporarily occupied. Their documents were accepted by the Allies to maintain legal continuity. Current solution. Exiled citizens usually must rely on travel documents, like convention travel documents, issued by their host country as refugees or residents. Issuing currency. The preparation and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act. 1. Psychological and organizational value. Financial confidence. Preparing a currency signals to the international community and the home population that the new state is serious about stability and post-conflict economic planning. As was the case with the Czechoslovak and Greek governments in exile during World War II, having currency ready for immediate post-war circulation provides a strong sense of normalcy and confidence. Political message. Currency design, depicting national heroes, landmarks and symbols, can be used to convey political messages and bolster the national morale and identity of the people both at home and abroad. 2. The practical reality. Not legal tender yet. The currency issued by a GIE is not legal tender either internationally or in the claimed territory until the GIE returns and establishes effective control. Unrecognized countries, even entities that have de facto control but lack full recognition like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically but is not convertible on international markets. The act of printing the currency is a key preparatory step for the day the government returns. Summary of preparations in exile. A GIE's time spent waiting for recognition is effectively an extended pre-statehood administrative setup. The preparation and issuance of these documents in currency are vital because 1. They demonstrate readiness to govern immediately upon gaining control. 2. They maintain the claim of sovereignty and national identity. 3. They provide the legal and organizational tools necessary to manage a population, passports/IDs, and an economy, currency, on day one of the return.
Yes, please, before we go into our analysis this morning, if you never liked the program, please, I urge you to like the program, because when you like, you are bringing more people to also. If you think that we are doing a great job, then please like and share the program so others may hear what we are doing. If your first time coming on this page, there is a three dots on your screen by the right hand side. On top of you see a three dots. Touch that three dots, it will open. You will see like and share. Please do not just view the program. Do not just view it. Dear friends of dear friends, please let's go by that, because while we are doing this, people to understand. When you said there is a government in exile that are handling the affairs of his people, that are in control, I want to know there is more job for them to do. And all these jobs are important, because time waits for nobody. Rather, you are working to meet up to the time. We human beings are working to meet up to the time. The time are not waiting for us. So we don't know the exact day of this auction will click or will happen. And while you are waiting for this recognition, you have to put things ready to prove that you are a country really. To prove how far. This is how the international global community has seen everything, and those that have been working towards this way go, and this is what have they done in the past. Nobody fold hand, you wait on recognition before you start introducing ID card, before you start introducing passport, before you start introducing currency, before you start introducing everything that's made up of a new country. They don't wait until they get recognition before they can be able to start building army, building police. You must keep these things ready while you are waiting. Immediately you get recognition, everything, that day you get recognition, everything starts working. That is why it's important for us to know. So you may know that right now, that when you see our DPM, Dr. yesterday, talking about ID card and let people to know how important it is and do it by herself, is to show to you how prepared we are as a country. Thank you so much, Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. So, the importance of what the government is doing is also why I'm here to let you know that in the history of having a new country, that's what you see her and government are doing. That is why for me, I always use that word. They are gotten it 99%. They have got 99% right into now that we are building this new country that's called United States of Biafra, that was re-declared on November 29, 2024. We have marked maximum 1 year. And in this 1 year, the government of USB has achieved a lot of things. They have achieved many things that in your own eyes, maybe you do not understand, or maybe you never see it. But when I check out with all the international global community movement, I see reason why I have to support this government fully, give all to them and praise them, that they are doing the right thing. They stand on the right track. What are those right tracks they stand for? They stand on the criteria of the international global community. They stand on the existing protocol of those that have fought for a new country through government in exile and won it. Like when I mentioned Namibia, when I talk about Extra yesterday from Ethiopia, when I talk about Kenyans, when I talk about Uganda, when I talk about Namibia, when I talk about Zambia, when I talk about Angola, name them in Africa, about 10 countries or 17 countries in Africa use government in exile to become a country today. So why do you think that our own cannot work in that way? That is why I call you to come out. Stop criticizing the government. Stop saying things the way they are not. Please. Obey. Obedience is better than sacrifice. The God you have in this world is government that are ruling you. When they are going on the right track, United States of Biafra government are on the right track with all the laws, all the template of this world. They are doing the right thing that will get us recognition very, very soon. So please adhere to the other instructions and understand it and give them chance. Also give accolade. Stop complaining. Stop over advice. Too much of advice destroys a movement. Too much of wisdom destroys every movement. That is why God will come in a community, choose some certain people, give them the wisdom for them to manage the affairs of the community. Once they are not there, everything's scattered. So if you are not inside the government, please do not talk as if you are inside there. What I do is to use what they are doing and research and find out if it is obtainable. And whenever I check, I see how obtainable it is. You may be there, oh God, you need money to do this. You are not doing it. What we are doing is to print ID card. Like I come into a platform. Biafra is my home. I got shocked when I got message from there that somebody stopped complaining. This is government to bring money to arm men or to buy equipment. They are talking about ID card. After the declaration, the most important thing is the things that government are doing right now. They are doing multiple things. That is why they need multiple money. But ask yourself, how much is it coming for them to do this multiple job? I hope you are following me, my brother. These are the things. Listen, as we are doing, we are going to analyze in a common English, whether good or bad, so you may understand the area we are going this morning. We are not here because we are graduates, no, or because we can speak, but we are here to put this word into our people's mind in a way that every man may understand it very well. The topic we are treating today is, after the declaration of a new country by government in exile, while waiting for international recognition, what are those works they're supposed to be putting down to prove effective government, to prove control of their territory, to prove that the people are listening to them? What are those works? Also, to identify those that are the citizens. Because you may not, from the beginning, you need to know those that are purely your citizens. Those that are taking the ID card right now are those proving that are purely citizens of United States of Biafra or other international community, other international communities, guidelines and systems and the stories and the history that are coming out from them. These are the things that we are going to listen to right now. So let us go, my people. Remember, after making a declaration with the government in exile, GIE, after that, what are then? Absolutely, can they offer, often those prepare and even issue ID card, passport, currency for the new countries while awaiting international recognition? The answer is yes. Why we are waiting for international recognition? Now that our government is in exile and they're waiting for our own recognition, there is things as they ask us or they tell us or we understand we have to do. What are those things? They said it's our right, absolutely, that we can issue ID card, passport, and currency. Keep those things down. Immediately we got recognition, all these things starts from that day, start working effectively. Do you see how important it is? The process is a crucial step in the struggle, as the action several important political, symbolic, and organizations functioning, even the lack of fully legal recognition. Even right now that Biafran people will lack recognition, they said that it is our right, it is necessary things, those are important things to do by issue ID card of United States of Biafra government, by issue our passports, by issue our currency. We have to print those things, keep it down. Once this recognition comes in, then we start using those things. Not when we get recognition, then we take another 6 months to start thinking how you build ID card. You start thinking how you get your passport. You start thinking how you will get your current. No, they say that all this has to be done. All this has to be ready. Like when you have a child who wants to go back to school after a semester has closed, the new one is about the new one opened. You have to buy things that keep down before the school opens. So as the school opens, you will take those things to what? Into school for that child to start school. Not when the school open. Then they will now start went to market to go and buy clothes we sew for her, start buying school, start buying pens, and start working to raise money to save her school fees. The answer is no. You keep all these things down. You keep all these things down for the existing country that the government are very effective. That is what you see USB government putting everything down for us. This is how many countries. Check the history of Namibia. Check Ethiopia in 1936/1914. Go and check these histories. Check about Eritrea. There is over 10, 17 countries in Africa that they are in exile, and they build up their currency, they build up their ID card, they build up their passport while they are waiting for their recognition. God has given us the mandate of making a declaration. Now we are only waiting for what recognition. As we are waiting for this particular recognition, we must put everything that are valuable that make a country ready. So once the recognition comes in, then you kick off. Please like the program as you join me. Subscribe on the YouTube page. It doesn't remove anything from you. There is a 3 dot in front of you on your screen, on your right hand, the way I'm pointing my hand right now. Just click on that 3 dots. Then you will see like and share. Like the program, share it. Please, if you may. And also, turn your notification on so you will know whenever we are live. So you can join us. We are here to preach good news. We are here to remind you. We don't run propaganda here. We are here to educate ourselves. What other countries has been done in the past, that today is our time. That is why I told you yesterday on my program that we are not going to be the last, that we are going to be the first. More new countries will emerge in the future, and nobody will stop them. That is why you have to support us, because you never know tomorrow. You are the one that are going to seek for a new country. Then we will also support you as one of the old. A government in exile without recognition, do they have right to issue passports? Do they have right to issue currency? Do they have right to issue ID card under the international global community? The answer is fully yes. Yes, a government in exile absolutely can and often those prepared and even issue ID card, passport, and currency for the new country while awaiting for international recognition. That's why you see our DPM yesterday using her hand to prove that this is very important. On the international global community, it is very important. While you are waiting, it's also proving how prepared you are to manage your affair as a country that was just declared once you get some recognition that you are good to go. That's why I now give you an example. If you are in your house, or if tomorrow being Sunday, you want to go to church, are you going to wait until Sunday If the time of the church is 9 o'clock, then you wake up by 9, then start taking your shower, start polishing your shoe, start ironing your clothes, start washing your machine or your cars. Are you going to wait, or there is some things that you will do? People like us iron our clothes on Saturday evening, prepare some meal on Saturday evening, and the iron our polish our shoe, keep it down so the shoe will dry. In the morning, once you want to put your leg, you just shine it and start going. That is how you prepare for going to church. This is how you prepare only for you going to church. Today, we have to prepare for now that we are waiting for what? Our international recognition that will come very soon. We got to put everything ready. Not after recognition, you will now take 6 months to print your currency. No. As recognition is knocking one, then everything starts following. That is how proof that you are prepared to have your country that you claim, that you have declared in exile. Are you following? Please hit the like button. Subscribe. Please read Biafra TV. Why we are doing this, for you to know the importance of what our COS, our Deputy Prime Minister, is doing, what our Biafra government under USB is doing. That is why we are bringing. So for you to know that they are not just forming, that there is a backup on the international global community for the government to do what they are doing. This purpose is crucial step in the struggle. The purpose of having ID card, the passport, currency before recognition, they said it is crucial step in the struggle. And this action, several important, it serves as very important symbolic and organization functioning. It also shows that your government is functioning. Are you hearing it? It's a political, severally important, political, symbolic, and proving that organization is functioning even when they lack fully legal recognition. Because why they use that word? They see international recognition as the legal recognition. So while we are waiting for that to happen, we must put things together that will work for us. Please, 1 minute, my people. 1 minute. Yes, my brother who asked a question in the comment section, go and check USB website. It's online. Check USB website. Then you will get the details how you can be able to get this particular message. Or if you can contact me on my number, then I will, when I open my number for call, you can take the number from the program, so you can contact, or I will send the link to you through WhatsApp. Then you could go in and verify and and get your own passport. It is very important. This is under the international global community laws of exile government, that they have a full right to issue ID card, passport of their citizens. They said, is also a way to prove for you to know those that they are your citizens.
Yes, a government in exile GIE absolutely can and often does prepare and even issue ID cards, passports and currency for the new country while awaiting international recognition. This process is a crucial step in the struggle, as these actions serve important political, symbolic and organizational functions, even if they lack full legal recognition. Issuing passports and ID cards.
Let me answer you. Look at your name, BB 100. Is there a name is that? As you can see, I just came back from work and I sit here and I can feed you from this country where I am. I can feed your generation. I am not making mouth. I just closed from work because I need a new country. Nigeria is an expired country. And nobody's a Nigerian. I'm not a Nigerian. So I'm talking about my country. Why are you here attacking me? Why are you insulting a generation? Did I look at somebody who don't have a job? Be one. I am warning you, be one. Nigeria don't have that. I will spend like what I'm spending every blessed day. I am warning you. So, people of Biafra, we move. The thing that we must know is this: that issue ID card, issue passports, printing Biafran currency is the right of the United States of Biafra government. Yes, my brother, like I said, hold on. When I open my line, you will take my WhatsApp number, then contact me. I will help you to get the link. Because the direction is just go to www.org United States of Biafra on the website. Then you can be able to get the link from there. That is how you get the link. Yesterday, the government of Biafra, was live yesterday, addressing and issuing all these issue of passport yesterday. So you can also check on Humble Lion platform on our DP or on USB ID card program yesterday. So you can also see, because I did not stream the program because I was at work. So that is what you have to do. Yes, we move.
A GIE has the authority to issue documents to its nationals, but their international recognition is limited to states that officially recognize the GIE as the lawful government.
Are you following? Issue passport and ID card from a government in exile. I said there is www.usb website. Type on it, you will see. Or you hold on. When I introduce my number for phone call, you can grab the number, text me on WhatsApp, then I will send you the link to the ID card on WhatsApp. So you fill that link and solve the problem once and for all. GIE, government in exile, has the authority to issue a document to its own citizens, but the international recognition is limited to a state that officially recognize the government in exile as the lawful government. The Biafran government under Dr. Ngozi Arabueze the government is exercising their rights of issuing passports. Now the government is only now issuing the ID card of United States of Biafra to the citizens of Biafra that believe in Biafra. To those who believe in Biafra under United States of Biafra declared, they are issuing authentic, one of the most toppiest or nice ID card that the security is top notch in the world this time around. They are building one of the best ever ID card in the entire content of this world. Is what US government is building. That's what they're going to give to you. From there, you will know how prepared and what to expect. to come from the government of the USB. Please, as you join us, please like and share the program. As you join, like and share the program. It is very important. Let's go to number 1.
1. The political and symbolic value. Proof of nationality. Issuing passports and ID cards is a sovereign act. It legally.
Let's take it gradually. Number 1, the political and the symbolic value. Proof of nationality that you are a Biafran under USB. Issue passports and ID card is a sovereign act. Is to prove that Biafra, that United States of Biafra is a sovereign state. You claim it's also part of it. That's why they said political and the symbolic value. Look at that word very well. Proof of nationality. By you taking the ID card of the United States of Biafra, prove that I am a Biafran. Number 1. Issue passport when time passport comes, also proving that you are what? A Biafran. It is legally the defense who belongs to their new nation. It is legally proving those that are belonging to the new country, the new nation. You had it here. Giving ID card, having passport, these two things proving that you are from where United States of Biafra were declared is part of it.
Defines who belongs to the new nation, overriding the documents, or lack thereof, issued by the former state.
Are you hearing it? I hope you are with me. The document of the new government on the ID card is also proving that when you have it, that you are from the new nation. So if you know that you are from the new nation of United States of Biafra, that was re-declared on November 29, 2024, please go and take your ID card, fill your form. The government will issue the ID card for you. By that means, you are proving that I am from United States of what? Biafra. What you see the government is doing, that is why I am only proving to you on the legal side of it from the international global community that it is a right, and it's also proving effective of the government. It's also proving the control of the government. It's also proving that the government are ready for you, and they understand the template of being a new country. That the government understand the template of being a new country. It's not by church, it's by the action. And that is why you see the government taking all necessary actions to make sure that the new country emerge. Once we get our recognition, everything in between work. Back of your mind.
National identity. These documents provide a physical, tangible link to the new country, which is a powerful.
Listen, national identity. These documents provide a physical link to the new country. They can never print our ID card because the company that are doing this ID card is one of the best country ever in the world. The country that builds American ID card. Go and check. So that's why I told you, if you see what this document, if you see what this ID card, then you will understand what government is planning for you. From this ID card, the company, the quality of this ID card, what makes me believe fully that these governments are really doing the right thing, my sister or my brother. Please like and share as you join us. So, this is very important. National ID card. These documents prove a physical, tangible link to the new country. Have we had it clearly? This is a proof and is a very tangible link for the new country, which is a powerful physiology tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland.
Psychological tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland.
Are you following? This ID, particular ID card, and the government is issuing right now, which is a powerful tool for diaspora and for people remaining in the homeland. Do you see it? That the world know that when a new country is being declared, there is government in exile, there are people in the homeland, but this ID card now is very important for you who lives in diaspora. It is very important to you to start applying for the ID card, that it is the right of your government to introduce while we are waiting for our official international recognition. Are you following? So, we move. Number 2, listen.
2. The legal reality for travel. Unrecognized passports. For a newly declared country, the passports issued by the GIE will not be accepted for international border crossings by most countries. The vast majority of states adhere to the rule that passports must be issued by an entity exercising effective control, de facto sovereignty, over its territory.
Yeah, my brother Peter promised, I said I will call the number. Once I finish reading this document, then I will call the number for phone call for those who normally call to put their contribution. So by that time, you'll get the number. So please bear with me. Number 2, the legal reality for traveling. The legal what? Reality for traveling. Unorganized passports for a newly declared country. That is why you see, when I told that everything we are doing, that we must pass that criteria, we must stand on the listing protocol, the history must repeat before you can be able to achieve your country. This is a route that every other people that have gotten their independence through exile government or through the declaration, they went all this through this process. That is what your government is going through that process, and some gullible are in social media making mockery of themselves, doing themselves more harm than good. Do you have the sweetest thing about this topic is that now a time will come, they said, unrecognized passports for a newly declared country like United States of Biafra we are declared. She goes, you're welcome, I see you. The passport issued by the GIE, government in exile, will not be accepted for international borders crossing by most countries. The visa majority of the states adhere to the rule that the passport must be issued by an entity existing effective control, de facto sovereignty over its territory. A time will come after you have got your passport, as we are waiting for recognition. Once you get recognition, you can use your passport to travel, because once a country recognizes us, let me give you an example right now. Let me say, if a country like okay, let me use Burkina Faso to recognize Biafra as a sovereign state right now, give us recognition. We already signed a treaty and the agreement with them. We will have embassy there. Even if me in this country where I am, I can travel from here to there. Then when I reach there, I will show my passport from the embassy that can board me in. So you see how it works. So tell me, how are you going to wait until this recognition comes before we start having ID card and passport? The answer is no. You got to put it down, because you don't know exactly the hour, the time, or the year this particular recognition that we are lacking is coming. It's like somebody who is inside his house. When you are hungry, sometimes you prepare food before time of eating. That is how it happens. Sometimes you go to work earlier before time, so you can chill and rest. to be fit for the job. This is how it works. Sometimes in church, you prepare ahead of the church. Even you prepare ahead of your market days to be ready. That is why when you wear a cloth from Monday to Saturday, maybe Saturday or Sunday, you wash all those clothes and get them ready for from Monday to another Saturday again. That is what the government is doing, and that is how it's supposed to be.
Historical exception. Governments in exile during World War II, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia, were exceptions because they represented already existing, fully recognized sovereign states that were only temporarily occupied. Their documents were accepted by the Allies to maintain legal continuity.
Do you hear that?
Exile.
These are countries that have been there in Second World War, in exile during Second World War, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia. We are expected because they are represented already existing country, fully recognized sovereignty states that we are only temporarily occupied by the powers. Those people that has been already having their country, once they get their official recognition, what happens? They move into their country. From the country that they are in exile. From there, they move into their country as a sovereign state that has already been existing. So you, like me, from the USB that we are declared, that are still a newly country, that are lacking recognition. The passport will not. I won't use it from now to travel anywhere if I have it, because I still lack recognition. But once the recognition comes from any country, first from the country that recognize you, the passport, your ID card, your currency has started existing in that particular country that gives recognition. Because out of recognition is that they will think of everything that surrenders you as a country. What are those things? ID card, passport, currency. These are the things that they are going, first three things that you know that these are the most important thing for you to travel. ID card and passport. They are going to do what? Once they said, from today henceforth, United States of Biafra will be recognized in our own country, it is okay. That is why the government that is effective, that understand the criteria of this new, how to build a new country, must be building from scratch and be putting everything together for us to be ready. Everything must be ready. So once we get recognition, you dive in. Like when you have a child you want to send to a school, you know, all these boarding school these days, you don't just send a child to there. One school is being closed. Before coming back for another semester, you have got all the textbook ready. You got the new sandals, new stockings, new uniform, new pen, and the school fees. Once he's stepping into the gate, all these things is ready. They will ask you for it to prove. Then for the money, these days, you pay into account. Once you come to the gate, you show receipt, they will pass him to enter. Not when you bring him to the school. They will start telling the school, okay, let me go and bought how many exercise book, how many uniform, how many stockings, how much is this, and you will say, okay, go in after I will pay. It's no longer happening that way in any school this time around. I know why I'm using school to give us an example, because school is like exactly what I'm presenting to you this morning, that we must keep everything ready for this child to resume school. Everything that this child used to enter school must be ready. That is why when school closes, parents use that opportunity to start saving money for the next term. Are they going to wait until the term open before they will start saving money? The answer is no. That's why when school close, they start saving money. School remain 1 week, 2 weeks. If you go to markets, it will all about school, 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 school. Parents are keep on buying things for their child to went to school. Some of them will finishes a week and rest. So once school opens, the child goes to school without wasting time. This is how a new government of a newly declared country must prepare everything about them. Today, the people of Biafra under USB has proved our territory and our states. In USB government, we have 40 states. In old Anambra, we have 3 states. The same way in every other part of those old Enugu, old Imo, old Abia, old Akwa Ibom, old Calabar, and all of them we have. That is why today nobody is coming on social media again to ask, where is your map? Where is your document? What? No, we have overrun that. That is why today their comment it is, when you are putting this map or this document of a state and all, you did not consult us. Dear, you have 1 vote. Just they play. Waste your time. We are not only country in Africa that want to exit from a country that is treating us very bad. Namibia moved out from South Africa. Namibia, they move out from South Africa. Eritrea move out from Ethiopia. South Sudan move out from South Sudan. Yesterday on my program, I bring almost 10 countries that are from Africa, for their follow Africa, got their independence. Cape Verde move out from somewhere. Angola move out. Many countries in Africa. Thousands of those, over 17 of them, that have their government in exile, like people of Biafra, like people of the United States of Biafra. Today, in the history of countries that are being in exile looking for recognition, Biafra is there, and IPOB is not, because IPOB is not there, because IPOB is not a country. Do you see the difference of what Sanaba did to us? A very wonderful, good job that Ngozi President is handling right now. If you go to the map, if you go to the history timeline of countries in exile given recognition, Biafra government is there right now, not IPOB organization. That's why we use that word. They play, they deceive yourself. You the answer IPOB one Nigeria. If anything happens today for recognition, they can only recognize those that have stood up and make a declaration and call themselves United States of Biafra, that we have called, and that is the name that we choose to answer.
Citizens usually must rely on travel documents, like convention travel documents, issued by their host country as refugees or residents.
Current situation. Citizens usually must really read on travel documents. We prepare for our travel document. What is your travel document? Your passport and your ID card. Prepare for it. Immediately you get recognition. That is the next thing that the world are looking for. So that is why we must get it ready before we grab our international recognition. Please, as you join me, like the program, please. If you are first time coming, there is a 3 dot in front of you. Click on that 3 dot that is in front of you on your phone on the right hand side. Click on it, it will open, you will see, like and share. Don't just view the program. Give thumbs up, like. It does not remove any more data from the one you used to watch me or the one you used to do on the internet, please. When you like the program, you are bringing more people to come. When you subscribe, you'll be also getting our notification, whatever will come on, so you also join us. Yes, based on where we are right now, our phone number to call is +97 3 60 59 337. I repeat, plus 97336051 That is number to call on WhatsApp only. On WhatsApp only. Because while we are allowing phone calls for all of us to share our ideas, to rub our mind together, so that we may be able to understand things that we need to do. So now I hope you can see it. The documents were accepted by the allies to maintain legal communities. Do you understand that? Once we get recognition and we submit all these documents of Biafran passports to the other country, they will know that yes, so you are a country, and because of the recognition coming from them, that you may understand, that they will understand how prepared you are. Thank you so much, my brother. There is not after the program you may shut me off. So then the link will be sent to you. So my people, if you know, you know. If you have followed the histories of the world, you may understand. And in this platform, we always bring history of Africa's, Europe and Asia, how they be able to survive, how to be able to make their own country. If it work for them, it must work for us. This document I'm reading now is from those countries that has been there before us. How they process and become a country. That is what I am bringing to you today. Like I said, our number is open in case if you want to call on this program, you can call us and give us your own submission. Now, we have discussed on the issue of passport and ID card, that the new government of a newly declared country that lack recognition has right to issue passport and ID card. Do they have right also to start printing or organizing their own currency of the new country? Let's find out.
Issuing currency. The preparation and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act.
Do you hear that? The preparing and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act. Are you following? When there's something is important, you see that means that thing is a right of people to do that. So when you see people mocking themselves about our currency, that just allow them. They are doing themselves more harm than good. These are the things that are fundamental right of a newly declared country that the government are effective that need to put in place. The government that are effective, these are what they need to be putting in place from the different offices of that. Those are the members of the government of the newly declared country that are seeking for what? Recognition.
1. Psychological and organizational value.
Do you hear that word? 1. Psychological and the organization value. The value of this organization, the value of all these things. Listen to this. I know why I'm giving you this. So you may, when people come to you to come and talk trash, you have a word to give to them back. So they will know that you understand why you have a government and why those things the government must do it for you. You can use your mouth to testify it by yourself. That is why it is very important for you to do that. Sorry, my people. Sorry, my people. Easy way I can see you. Blessing, you're welcome. We are here to prove to the world or to doubting Thomas that the US government, in what you saw them yesterday doing about ID card, is very, very important. So let me call the number again for you. The number is +97 33 60 51 337. That is number. You can call or you can chat me on. Then I will send you the link for ID card so you can follow the process. So, my people, what we are doing today is to let the world or some doubting Thomas to know, or some gullibles or some mad people that fool everywhere, to know that it is a right and very important to achieve passport and ID card before you got recognition. It is very important. And we have also proved from over 1 hour ago how important it is and why it is the right of the government. It's also proving that the government are effective for their people, doing the work to prepare them for the recognition, that once they got recognition as a newly declared country, that everything about them are ready to move on. And I have also give example of you having a child that are going to school. Once a semester closes, you use the holiday time to save money, buy things that he or she will use to go back to school. And also, this current now, you pay school fees before the child crosses the gate of the school premises. These are what we want to use as a common example. Easy way. I can see you are welcome. Like I also said, our line are open for phone calls in case if anybody want to call us. We are ready to welcome your calls. Now, we continue, we move. Financial confidence. Listen as we move.
Financial confidence. Preparing a currency signals to the international community and the home population that the new state is serious about stability and post-conflict economic planning, as was the case with the Czechoslovak and Greek governments in exile during World War II.
Do you hear it? I thank God, when we are doing this, they will give us an example of countries that have done that in the past. Because history cannot be written without mentioning names of those or where those has happened. Preparing a currency is a signal to the signal to the international global community and the home population that the newly state is seriously about stability and the post-conflict economy planning, as was the case with the Czechoslovakia and Greece governments in exile during Second World War. Having currency ready, follow immediate post-war, currently provide a strong sense of normalcy and the confidence to the population of the indigenous people living in the new country being declared. Are you following? When you have a government, to prove that the government is effective, they must pass some jobs. They have to some work they have to do for you. What are those work? Getting ID card ready, getting passport ready, printing currency and keep it. Once the new country get recognition, they fire down. They even told us about countries like Czechoslovakia and Greece in time of Second World War, that they print their currency, keep it down. Once Second War end, the people start using the currency, proving the confidence of the people that the government know the value of the citizens, and the government are very, very effective. I hope you are following. Preparing a currency is a signal to the international community and the homeland population that is the new state is seriously about stability and the post-conflict of economy plan, as was the case within the Czechoslovakia and Greece government in exile during Second World War. Having a currency ready for immediate post-war consolidation provide a strong sense of normalcy and the confidence to the indigenous people of those countries. Their government is where is in exile, like the government of United States of Biafra. Those in the homeland, when someone asks you, you claim you're a Biafran, what is your currency? Don't mind them, tell them until we grab our international recognition. Then give them some example I have given to you today. Whether he like it or not. Whether he or she like it or not. This is how the template of the world are being followed. And this is how it happens. We are not going to fly. There is no magic. There is no miracle. For you who want the government to do miracle, there is no miracle on it. There is no magic. Is everything will happen in due time, and every process must be accomplished. The template must carry on. The criteria. All these things are the criteria. These are the templates. These are the existing protocol that we must pass through. As people of Biafra, like every other country, like Czechoslovakia, like Greece, like Namibia, like Eritrea, all these countries pass this process within their people. Despite having saboteurs in the midst of them, none of new countries emerge do not have a saboteur. So that's why I say Igbo saboteur is one of the most deadly and satanic saboteur in the entire world. Our own is too much because we claim I too know all the time. We don't follow history. We only follow what we assume in our brain. I use my page to understand it very well. When I'm on program live, I will see a small number of Biafrans. When I look at those that are repeating the same thing every day, that is where they fool, where they can be able to talk with their own idea. Instead of them to listen to, let us rub this idea together and proving that why it's right, they will disappear. Nobody will call you. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that the message that Chukwu Kano asked me to give to the Biafran, I will give. Mazan Kano said, even though if it is only one person unless that he will continue. Because I am only doing what? By when I'm saying all these things, I am also educating myself. Because in Nigeria, there is no room to learn history. Because they condemn history in schools in Nigeria. But because of where I am now, I can be able to lay my hand on stable network and stable life. I'm able to research by myself. So I feel like it is right thing to educate Biafran people also. That is why when government do something, I always need to, that is why I can ask the government a direct question. Because from what they are doing, that is from where I research and ask questions. So I find an answer. That is when I told you here that you must believe and stand on the side of the US government. I have 99% evidence of everything that they are doing it on the level of the international global community, on the standard of the protocol of the template of the world for us to become our country on our own. That is why I always give a lot of applause for doing good things. You see, these governments, they're always on point. They are maintaining 99 intelligence. You know what it means? Use your 99, you know what it means? The government is using the 99 intelligence. And all the saboteurs don't know about that. Today, in the history of countries in exile, they have put USB, they have put Biafra as government in exile. IPOB, nobody puts you there. because we're not a government. IPOB is not a government, it's an organization that did not meet the criteria of being a country. Yes, blessing, you are right. All we need is to do what? Yes, all we need now is to participate and follow, patient and follow up to the rules and the from the government. So it's a time to follow the rules and religion, whatever the government asks us to do it. This is just a simple word. Follow the rules of the government. The government of USB. When they are even acting as if they are the one who put all these laws and histories there. However, I know that the government has a very good consultant, because when you have a very good consultant, you make no mistake. Your government has it well, and they are doing. So please, as you join me, like and share the program. Like, if you want, if you think you can like. If the program think like what you think you can like, you go on and like it. If it doesn't want you to like, no problem. There's no problem if you don't want to like the program. But the truth must be told. That is why we are here. And the truth, few people are always on the side of the truth. That is it. Let us continue.
2. Having currency ready for immediate post-war circulation provides a strong sense of normalcy and confidence. Political message. Currency design, depicting national heroes, landmarks and symbols, can be used to convey political messages and bolster the national morale and identity of the people both at home and abroad.
Are you hearing it? Yes, so USB is the way. I think such just type of exile government that have achieved recognition and those that have never achieved. Bambazonia, even Biafra first before Ambazonia. Go and check the history. It's there. So don't panic. We are on the right track. We are on the right track. Political message. Currency design. Despite national heroes, landmark and symbol can be used. Now, when you want to design currency, you have to use your landmark, your symbol, your past heroes. These are things that you draw on the currency. Is it not what the government did? You can even something like Pancanel. These are the things that governments use in our currency. True or false, my people? You see the head of Chukwuemeka called Ojukwu, Philip Effiong, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpanjoko. These are the heroes, whether you like it or not. Who are you? Are you the one that make Biafra to go into the history of government in exile? Are you among them? Yes, there is no doubt. Twisty Biafra, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see your comments. You are here. Thank you, Sonia Zioku. You are here. You know what we will do here? We don't know propaganda. Here is not talk about another percept to talk about all these international things that government are chanting on it. Your government believe on the international movement. They don't believe in local. Your government believe on the international movement, international criteria, international template. That is what the government of USB believe, and that is why they are getting everything right. She goes, "You're welcome." That is why sometimes I will tell you in my comment section, you must clap for our DPM. That woman, she's a mother. She's a grandmother. That's why I have to thank her so much. I have to appreciate her. She deserves to be celebrating every year because she gave us a name. She put us on the map with Mas Simon Ekpanjoko. Mazinam Kano. Forget that slogan of IPOB One Nigeria. Forget that IPOB organization that know nothing about giving us a new country over how many years. Tell me I was alive today. I did not die in war. I did not die in a Kulobia when police and army are shooting at us because of protests under IPOB. We are living testimony. We are going to testify what will pass through in Biafra land very soon, because I know that recognition will surely come. So far, we stand on this template of the international global community. It must surely come. We must continue.
Two, the practical reality, not legal tender yet.
Two,
The currency
the
issued by
practical what reality. Listen to it.
is not legal tender either internationally or in the claimed territory until the GIE returns and establishes effective control.
Yes, so listen. Not legal tender yet. The currency issued by government in Exile is not legal tender either in the international or in the claimed territory until the government in Exile return and establish effective control in the homeland. By how? Recognition. Everything is over. By what? Recognition of the Biafra government of United States of Biafra. Everything is what? Dissolved. And our matter has closed. We go back home to use our Ejema, to live our life. And we will see how beautiful the country is going to look like. Listen.
Unrecognized countries, even entities that have de facto control but lack full recognition, like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically but is not convertible on international markets. The act of printing the currency is a key preparatory step for the day the government returns. Summary of preparations in exile.
I hope you are listening. Unorganized country, even entity that has de facto control but lack full recognition, like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically, but it is not contributed on the international market. The art of printing the currency is a key preparation to step into a government of after recognition that they are fully returned into their land. We will print our money. We will keep this money. Once we grab our international recognition fully, then what will happen? Then we will use what? The money as we are waiting. We are not going to fold our hand, wait until recognition. No. They give us an example of a country coming from Somalia. The country called Somaliland. There, they have worked. They are present. They are even within themselves. They are using their currency, waiting up to today for them to achieve what? International recognition. Once they do that, the currency will circulate in every country in the world. We notice about the currency. This is how it works. Let's continue.
A GIE's time spent waiting for recognition is effectively an extended pre-statehood administrative setup. The preparation and issuance of these documents in currency are vital because 1. They demonstrate readiness to govern immediately upon gaining control. 2. They maintain the claim of sovereignty and national identity. 3. They provide the legal and organizational tools necessary to manage a population, passports/IDs, and an economy, currency, on day one of the return.
I hope you listen to this carefully. Summary of preparation in exile. Summary of preparation in what? In exile. GIE, a time spent waiting for recognition, is effective and extended pre-stakehold administrative step. The preparation and the issuing of the documents and the currency are vital because one, demonstrates demonstrates readiness to govern immediately upon getting control. Number one, government in exile. Why they have to all this printing of currency, ID cards, passports, and everything? They said it's also what? That they are proving their readiness to govern immediately upon getting organization or control. Upon we are never got control, we are getting things ready. So getting those things ready are proving that once we have got our organization, that we ready to move. There's something they said, are you good to go to have a new country? We will say, yes, we are good to go with our government on the achievements they have made so far. We are good to go. Number two, they maintain the claim of sovereignty and the nation identity. With all this, we are maintaining that we are a sovereignty after our declaration. Number three, they provide the legal and organization tools necessary to manage a population, passports, ID card, and the economy, currency on the one of their return. Once the USB gets recognition, we have, as we are returning in our homeland, as we're going to take over the territory, we establish what? Our currency. They told us this ID card and the other things that we are providing is to proving that this organization are ready. That our declaration that we are ready to achieve everything that we need. So I am going to play this issue again, this document again after that. Because of our time, we are going to shut the program down. Maybe we may come back again today to continue from where we stop. So listen carefully.
Yes, a government in exile, GIE, absolutely can and often does prepare and even issue.
Please, I hope that the voice is coming out. I hope that this voice is coming out fully, my people. I want to know from comment section, please. Is it coming out loud and clear? Because I want to play this document without saying a word. This document of history of countries that have what they have done in the past. I hope the voice is coming out.
Issue ID cards, passports, and currency for the new country while awaiting international recognition. This process is a crucial step in the struggle, as these actions serve important political, symbolic, and organizational functions, even if they lack full legal recognition. Issuing passports and ID cards. A GIE has the authority to issue documents to its nationals, but their international recognition is limited to states that officially recognize the GIE as the lawful government. 1. The political and symbolic value. Proof of nationality. Issuing passports and ID cards is a sovereign act. It legally defines who belongs to the new nation, overriding the documents, or lack thereof, issued by the former state. National identity. These documents provide a physical, tangible link to the new country, which is a powerful psychological tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland. 2. The legal reality for travel. Unrecognized passports. For a newly declared country, the passports issued by the GIE will not be accepted for international border crossings by most countries. The vast majority of states adhere to the rule that passports must be issued by an entity exercising effective control, de facto sovereignty, over its territory. Historical exception. Governments in exile during World War II, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia, were exceptions because they represented already existing, fully recognized sovereign states that were only temporarily occupied. Their documents were accepted by the Allies to maintain legal continuity. Current solution. Exiled citizens usually must rely on travel documents, like convention travel documents, issued by their host country as refugees or residents. Issuing currency. The preparation and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act. 1. Psychological and organizational value. Financial confidence. Preparing a currency signals to the international community and the home population that the new state is serious about stability and post-conflict economic planning. As was the case with the Czechoslovak and Greek governments in exile during World War II, having currency ready for immediate post-war circulation provides a strong sense of normalcy and confidence. Political message. Currency design, depicting national heroes, landmarks, and symbols, can be used to convey political messages and bolster the national morale and identity of the people both at home and abroad. 2. The practical reality. Not legal tender yet. The currency issued by a GIE is not legal tender either internationally or in the claimed territory until the GIE returns and establishes effective control. Unrecognized countries. Even entities that have de facto control but lack full recognition, like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically but is not convertible on international markets. The act of printing the currency is a key preparatory step for the day the government returns. Summary of preparations in exile. A GIE's time spent waiting for recognition is effectively an extended pre-statehood administrative setup. The preparation and issuance of these documents in currency are vital because 1. They demonstrate readiness to govern immediately upon gaining control. 2. They maintain the claim of sovereignty and national identity. 3. They provide the legal and organizational tools necessary to manage a population, passports/IDs, and an economy, currency, on day one of the return.
I hope you followed. And this is how, when things is about to happen, history must repeat. They give us an example of countries and how what we are looking for, how we can be able to achieve it. So when you see our government doing the needful, remember that it is the right of our government to do that. That nobody will stop us from doing that. So when we are telling you that government is doing the right thing, there is ways things are worked. And that way is working is why we are bringing you all this, so for you to know. Because when you say you have a government, you are not going to have a government like the government of Nigeria who are not doing anything for citizens. The Biafra government, the US government must be doing something for the Biafrans to get us ready. Once the recognition lands, everything goes smoothly. That is what is called preparing ahead of what is to come. That's why I ask you, have you prepared yourself more than the way you were before? Have you prepared to enter into this recognition once it comes? Because the law must, you see, in all this noise in social media, the Biafran law, that is where all of us must bow down. Because its law is what they use to correct our heads that are not correct. So my people, it is very important for you to understand it. Do not be deceived. Do not be panicked. We are on the right track. I want to use one to close today. Countries that are in exile. We are not the only people that has been trying to achieve a new country from exile. Many countries in Africa has done that in the past, and they got it right. About 10 use that way to got the recognition to become a sovereign state today. So I don't see reason why anybody will come or why anybody want to deceive you. It's no longer the time to deceive. It's no longer the time to be deceived, because everything that we are looking for, we have it in abundantly. When we look at a trace of countries in the world that have gone through that process, that is when you will know that your government is on the right track and we are doing what we're supposed to do to make sure that Biafra, the recognition that are coming very soon, that we all are ready to go into this new country, that we are going to enjoy, that nobody will kill us, and nobody will stop us anymore. The stubbornness will end in Nigeria. The stubbornness end where? In Nigeria. So let all of us, please, continuously, seriously support, on being serious to support our government of United States of Biafra, that everything that we are looking for is going to be fine. Listen to this. Listen to this. Countries that are in exile, also countries that have left from their fellow Africans. For the country that is from Africa, they got their own independence. And why they are trying to do that, they are all also in exile. So only USB governments are not the one. We are not the first, neither are we going to be the last. History must repeat. Listen to this.
The number of fully recognized African countries that were born from a successful, rapid, and internationally recognized Declaration of Independence made by a government in exile is essentially one. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The primary example, Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The SADR is the best fit because its independence was declared by a government operating in exile, based primarily in Algeria, and immediately received rapid recognition from many African states, granting it significant political legitimacy on the continent. Declaration date, February 27, 1976. Context. The Polisario Front declared the new state immediately after Spain withdrew from the territory of Western Sahara, and as Morocco and Mauritania moved to annex it. Rapid recognition. Received recognition from Madagascar the very next day, February 28, 1976. A wave of African nations followed quickly. Continental success. The SADR's rapid African recognition was cemented when it gained full membership in the Organization of African Unity, OAU, in 1982, a major achievement of international recognition from exile among its continental peers. Other notable cases and important distinctions. While many African liberation movements were based in exile, their declaration of a new country usually took one of two paths. 1. Recognition after military victory, not immediate declaration. For many national liberation movements, NLMs, recognition came only once they had actually seized control of the territory, even though they had operated in exile for years. Country. Movement in exile. Context. Why recognition wasn't from exile. Namibia. Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, was based in exile. Zambia, Angola. SWAPO was recognized by the UN as the territory's authentic representative in 1976. Formal recognition and independence, 1990, followed a UN-supervised electoral process and the withdrawal of South Africa's control, not the declaration itself. Eritrea, Eritrean Liberation Front, ELF, and Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, operated from exile, Sudan. They fought a long war against Ethiopia. Full international recognition, 1993, was based on a successful military victory and a subsequent referendum, not an immediate declaration by the exiled government. Guinea-Bissau, African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC, was based in Conakry, Guinea. The PAIGC unilaterally declared independence in September 1973, in the territories it controlled. This declaration immediately received recognition from many countries, but it was done inside a partially liberated territory, not strictly from an external exile base, and only succeeded because of the military control they had established. 2. Declaration without lasting success. One other declaration of a new state from a movement in exile received recognition but did not ultimately survive. Declared state, movement in exile. Recognition. Status. Biafra, led by Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. The government operated in a breakaway region of Nigeria. Recognized by 5 countries, including 4 African states, Gabon, Côte d'Ivoire, Tanzania, and Zambia. Lost the civil war and was reintegrated into Nigeria in 1970. Recognition was withdrawn. Therefore, while many liberation movements had external bases, the SADR is the most enduring and successful example of a declaration of a new country by an exiled government that achieved rapid and lasting continental recognition.
Thank you so much. I hope you had it very clearly. These are the countries that in. So tell anybody that we are not only the one, moreover those who are Nigeria list, those IPOB organization, and all the fallback, that there is a country that have been exiled. Do you see how many countries have been counted here that are in exile? From exile, they got their own independence. Imagine Namibia getting their own from South Africa, Zambia, Angola. All these are governments in exile before they become a full country today. Eritrea, that run into Sudan, and then they become a country. Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde in 1973. All these things are the countries in Africa alone that their government is in exile, even though that they use even liberation army to do their own. What are you now saying? If they can able achieve it, why can't we? If all these countries can able achieve it, why can't we achieve it also? That is why you must know that what we are doing this time around, that there is no longer child's play into it. I want to play it once again before we wrap up the program.
The number of fully recognized African countries that were born from a successful, rapid, and internationally recognized Declaration of Independence made by a government in exile is essentially one. The Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The primary example, Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, SADR. The SADR is the best fit because its independence was declared by a government operating in exile, based primarily in Algeria, and immediately received rapid recognition from many
See to that is Africa to Africa. Then the exile government they stay in where? In Algeria. Chai. And they went to Africa to Kenya to kidnap Mazen and they can. Finland arrested Obatobie. Why that in the history of all these things, countries that are the oldest country allowed those that want to stay in their place to get recognition, to build up for their country.
States, granting it significant political legitimacy on the continent. Declaration date, February 27, 1976. Context. The Polisario Front declared the new state immediately after Spain withdrew from the territory of Western Sahara, and as Morocco and Mauritania moved to annex it. Rapid recognition. Received recognition from Madagascar the very next day, February 28, 1976. A wave of African nations followed quickly. Continental success. The SADR's rapid African recognition was cemented when it gained full membership in the Organization of African Unity, OAU, in 1982, a major achievement of international recognition from exile among its continental peers. Other notable cases and important distinctions. While many African liberation movements were based in exile, their declaration of a new country usually took one of two paths. 1. Recognition after military victory, not immediate declaration. For many national liberation movements, NLMs, recognition came only once they had actually seized control of the territory, even though they had operated in exile for years. Country. Movement in exile. Context. Why recognition wasn't from exile. Namibia. Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, was based in exile. Zambia. Angola. SWAPO was recognized by the UN as the territory's authentic representative in 1976. Formal recognition and independence, 1990, followed a UN-supervised electoral process and the withdrawal of South Africa's control, not the declaration itself. Eritrea, Eritrean Liberation Front, ELF, and Eritrean People's Liberation Front, EPLF, operated from exile, Sudan. They fought a long war against Ethiopia. Full international recognition, 1993, was based on a successful military victory and a subsequent referendum, not an immediate declaration by the exiled government. Guinea-Bissau, African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, PAIGC, was based in Conakry, Guinea. The PAIGC unilaterally declared independence in September 1973, in the territories it controlled. This declaration immediately received recognition from many countries, but it was done inside a partially liberated territory, not strictly from an external exile base, and only succeeded because of the military control they had established. 2. Declaration without lasting success. One other declaration of a new state from a movement in exile received recognition but did not ultimately survive. Declared state, movement in exile. Recognition. Status. Biafra, led by Chukwemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. The government operated in a breakaway region of Nigeria. Recognized by 5 countries, including 4 African states, Gabon, Côte d'Ivoire, Tanzania, and Zambia. Lost the civil war and was reintegrated into Nigeria in 1970. Recognition was withdrawn. Therefore, while many liberation movements had external bases, the SADR is the most enduring and successful example of a declaration of a new country by an exiled government that achieved rapid and lasting continental recognition.
Thank you. As we are going to summarize or end it up, I see you, Easy Way. I see you. I see you. Thank you. I see you. Thank you so much. We are going to wrap it up with our headline. The work of government in exile, while waiting for international recognition for their own people. I hope you can see. You can see that we are not the first people that have used government in exile. All the delay we are having here is because of our Igbo brothers. They are just our problem. But you can see today clearly, when we talk about government in exile, you can see that we are not in Africa. There is over 10, 17 that's the government in exile before they can be able to recognition and come back to their homeland. So you can have something to argue with any. In fact, there is evidence. That is why I'm here. I said I'm here to bring those evidence that I am hearing from some platforms. They are asking people questions. That's what I normally do here every time I have my. Because in a day I must come online. That's why I ask you to just like the program. If you are just joining us, there is a three dot in front of your right hand side of your screen. Click on that dot, it will open. You will see, like, and share. That is all we ask you to do. Nothing more than that. Give us that like. By doing that, you are inviting more people to come and join us. So I want to conclude by using what is on my headline this morning to conclude the program. The work of government in exile. Listen as we play it out, because what we are doing here is they do, they show, they play, they show. We are not here to the Biafra I am into it right now. It's not Biafra of my own brain. No, it's not about what I think to come and tell people. No, it's about what has been happening in the past that the government of Biafra are doing right now, to bring it to us an evidence, so you will fully believe and trust your government. That is the Biafra I am in for.
Yes, a government in exile GIE absolutely can and often does prepare and even issue ID cards, passports and currency for the new country while awaiting international recognition. This process is a crucial step in the struggle, as these actions serve important political, symbolic and organizational functions, even if they lack full legal recognition. Issuing passports and ID cards. A GIE has the authority to issue documents to its nationals, but their international recognition is limited to states that officially recognize the GIE as the lawful government. 1. The political and symbolic value. Proof of nationality. Issuing passports and ID cards is a sovereign act. It legally defines who belongs to the new nation, overriding the documents, or lack thereof, issued by the former state. National identity. These documents provide a physical, tangible link to the new country, which is a powerful psychological tool for the diaspora and for the people remaining in the homeland. 2. The legal reality for travel. Unrecognized passports. For a newly declared country, the passports issued by the GIE will not be accepted for international border crossings by most countries. The vast majority of states adhere to the rule that passports must be issued by an entity exercising effective control, de facto sovereignty, over its territory. Historical exception. Governments in exile during World War II, like those of Poland or Czechoslovakia, were exceptions because they represented already existing, fully recognized sovereign states that were only temporarily occupied. Their documents were accepted by the Allies to maintain legal continuity. Current solution. Exiled citizens usually must rely on travel documents, like convention travel documents, issued by their host country as refugees or residents. Issuing currency. The preparation and even printing of currency in exile is a common and highly important strategic act. 1. Psychological and organizational value. Financial confidence. Preparing a currency signals to the international community and the home population that the new state is serious about stability and post-conflict economic planning. As was the case with the Czechoslovak and Greek governments in exile during World War II, having currency ready for immediate post-war circulation provides a strong sense of normalcy and confidence. Political message. Currency design, depicting national heroes, landmarks and symbols, can be used to convey political messages and bolster the national morale and identity of the people both at home and abroad. 2. The practical reality. Not legal tender yet. The currency issued by a GIE is not legal tender either internationally or in the claimed territory until the GIE returns and establishes effective control. Unrecognized countries. Even entities that have de facto control but lack full recognition, like Somaliland, often successfully issue their own currency, which functions domestically but is not convertible on international markets. The act of printing the currency is a key preparatory step for the day the government returns. Summary of preparations in exile. A GIE's time spent waiting for recognition is effectively an extended pre-statehood administrative setup. The preparation and issuance of these documents in currency are vital because 1. They demonstrate readiness to govern immediately upon gaining control. 2. They maintain the claim of sovereignty and national identity. 3. They provide the legal and organizational tools necessary to manage a population, passports/IDs, and an economy, currency, on day one of the return.
Yes, happy, blessing. Thank you so much. I thank all the Biafrans. Like I said, we might come back again today to continue on things we never finished in our platform as time permits us. So today, it is very important for you to know that you have to be on the side of the United States of Biafra. Give them all your support. Today is the fundraising. Come and support government with your fundraising, because it is very important for us to achieve all these things that we are looking for. It's all about money is involved. Money is involved. To train Biafra army is not a small job. To train the police is not a small job, and the everyone that surrenders the movement that we are doing. You have heard it clearly that the government, for them to get all this ready means that they are prepared and they value the stability of them to govern their people is also proving an effective control and effective government that cares about the feelings of people, that want to prove stability in the economy, in everything about their citizens, my people. So on this junction, we are shutting it down from here. From me, from here, it is a wonderful day. Have a very good day, very good, lovely weekend to you all. I love you, but I love you the most. Thank you so much. Until we see again. Bye for now.